Guys, what is up? It's NihonTiger, and I am back here on the FTB Unleashed server on the Madhouse. So, got our Tinkering Nook here, and this is where we're going to go today, because we're going to talk Tinker's Construct. Woo! So, what Tinker's Construct is... Oh, hold on. So... Hey guys, what is up? It's NihonTiger. I am back here on the FTB Unleashed Madhouse server. Yay! So, what we've got today is we're going to go here to the Tinkering Nook. You can see I've kind of got, it's a bit smaller of a room, but there'll be some expansion in here later, I'm sure. I just haven't finished it out, because I will need a bit more space for something that we're going to build in Tinker's Construct, which is what we're focusing on today. So, to start with, Tinker's Construct, I should explain, is a mod made by MDO, I think is how you pronounce it, but it's lowercase m, uppercase D, lowercase I, Y-O. He's put together Tinker's Construct, and what that is a mod that lets you go ahead and build your own items. And it's very cool. It's something that I've just recently gotten into learning about and exploring and all those fun things that go along with Tinker's Construct and modern Minecraft. So to start with, I want to show you the basic things that you're going to need to build in Tinker's Construct before we start getting into the really heavy stuff like tool construction and just, you know, ways to improve tools, ways to add not necessarily enchantments, but to modify them, because you can't actually enchant a Tinker's Construct item. It's actually a different process entirely, and it's a lot more resource-heavy process rather than be a level-heavy process like with regular tools, or regular stone tools, or whatever tools you use. If you use diamond or iron or gold or whatever, I don't care. But the first thing we need to make in our Tinker's Construct look-through is we need to make a pattern. And patterns are universally important in Tinker's Construct because they're kind of your bread and butter, and you kind of make them really easily, real resource simple. You take 2 sticks and you take 2 wood planks, you arrange them like so, and you get a blank pattern. And these are very useful because these are what you'll use to start with to make your first items. And your first items, actually you want to hold on to those, by the way. I'll explain why in a little bit. But your first items are going to be the different patterns that you make once you get everything set up. And to do that, I have a chest here, and you can see I've got a little bit of a head start. I've made a few things that are very important to make for Tinker's Construct. So let's go ahead and grab these blank patterns as well as these various blocks here that are going to be used in the creation of our Tinker's Construct tools. Now to start with, let's take the oak wood plank and put one of those on top of it. So we put a pattern on top of an oak wood log instead of a plank, and we get the part builder, and we get a book out of it too. So we get a book called Materials and You by Skyla, and you get this when you make your first item, I think. Oh, this is actually volume 2. So I made the advanced item first, but volume 2 here, these are very helpful books. What they'll do is they'll run through and give you an idea of all the things. So even if you have trouble understanding something from a video, be it Direwolf or myself or whatever, this will be a way to kind of, you know, in-game help you out. So put that down there. We'll get back to that in a moment. Crafting table plus a pattern makes the tool station. So get that. The tool station is a different item. And this one, I want to break this one because I want to show you something cool. If you take a crafting table and you just put it in there like that, you get a crafting station, which is actually an upgrade to the crafting table. Because what you could do is I can go like, I'm going to put stuff in here. And, oh my god, it stays. It's like a project table from Red Power. So this is great, and I would advise actually, you know, if you have Tinker's Construct in your pack, which if you're playing Unleashed you do, and several other packs, go ahead and just, you know, make your initial crafting table, and then immediately put it back, you know, in your shapeless crafting and make it into a crafting station. This is so much better. So much better than just a crafting table because you're not going to throw crap all over the place when you're done with it. So, now that we've got that done, we've got 2 more things that we want to build. So the first is take a pattern and put an oak plank underneath it, and you get a stencil table, which is super, super important. And our tool builder, we're actually going to need to go ahead and upgrade that shortly. So take that, and blank pattern with a chest gives us our pattern chest. And what we'll want to do is we want to put that here. I'll switch this around, but I want to make sure that my pattern chest is touching, I believe, my stencil table. So let's go ahead and first take a look at the stencil table, because this is the first item that will be of importance to you in your building. So our stencil table has a spot here for a blank stencil and an output box. And you'll be able to, once you put a blank pattern in there, you'll be able to cycle through different patterns. And I'll show you that right now. Go ahead and take a blank pattern, put it in here, and now watch this. If I click next pattern, I get a pattern. And this is a pickaxe head pattern, material cost 1. So these are all material cost 1 to make a pattern out for your item. You have a shovel head pattern, axe head pattern, sword blade pattern, wide guard pattern, hand guard pattern, crossbar pattern, tool binding pattern. These are actually very useful. Hand pattern, board pattern. These are very useful to me. Knife blade pattern, chisel head pattern, a tough tool rod pattern, a tough binding pattern, a large plate pattern, also very useful. Broad axe head pattern, scythe head pattern, broad shovel head pattern, large blade pattern, hammer head pattern, bowstring pattern. So yes, you can make bowstrings out of items too. Fletching pattern, arrowhead pattern, tool rod pattern, and back to your pickaxe head pattern. So let's go ahead, and since we are kind of early on here, let's go ahead and make a pickaxe pattern. And for the hell of it, actually, you know what? We'll make a hammer pattern, and go ahead and make a large plate pattern, and we'll put these in our pattern chest so they'll stay there. And when you eventually come to the next part here, this is the part builder, right? Place a pattern and the material on the left to get started. So what I want to do actually is flip-flop these around. So that's the tool station. Okay, again, I have made a mistake. I have messed it up because I forgot what they look like. So tool station can go on the left here. But what's cool is once you have this this part builder attached to a pattern chest, your patterns will automatically show up on the left side here. So very useful and very helpful. Now, the tool station is ultimately what you'll use to build your items. And you can see here, you'll start off with not much in the way of items. A lot of it will depend on what you have access to, I think, with patterns. So you can see there's various things you can make, and most of these, the reason I have them is they just require a stick of some sort. I do have some extra cobble next door, don't I? Yes. Now, the reason I want to show this off is very simple, because if you don't know about this, it's great use for your extra cobble. You can make stone rods out of cobblestone, out of 2 cobblestone, like you would wood. And wood. Haha. But the reason for that, the reason that's so important is not only does it get rid of your cobblestone, but you can use this in your tools if you want to. So if I want to make, say, a pickaxe, I could put a stone rod down there. It will give me a special item, not a special item, but it's like a kind of a special modifier for my pick called Stonebound. And I think that, I can't remember exactly what that does, I'm sorry, but I'm having a brain fart. But you can use it in anything that has a recipe that calls for a stickray rod. So it's very useful, especially when you're caving and you might have something that you need to repair real quick. You can go ahead and take care of that. I think I'm remembering as well. The reason I can't access some of the stuff here at the tool station is because I don't have the necessary upgrade to it. And to do that, to do the upgrade to the tool station and turn it into something even better, what we need is some grout. So yes, gonna get some grout here. Now grout is just a block that you take with clay, and you take some sand and some gravel, and you get these grout blocks. And I think I need... You know what, why don't I check? So the upgrade we're making, so I'm going to make this, I'm going to check this before I go ahead and make it. Always good to do. So the upgrade we're making is called a tool forge. And yes, we do need seared brick blocks. So I'm going to need to go ahead, and for those of you who don't know, seared brick blocks are made out of 4 seared bricks, and each seared brick is made from smelting down 1 block of grout. So we're going to need, actually going to need more. Come on. Stupid thing. We're actually going to need more, 6. We're going to be 1 short, which is a bummer. So, oh wait, no we're not. No we're not. We'll have enough for 12. Yay! Okay, so we got 12 of those. And go ahead and throw those back in there. I'll pick that clay up, and I'll throw the clay back in there. Now we'll take these upstairs to our furnace, and we'll let them cook up. And basically what we're doing is we're making seared bricks, so we can make seared brick blocks, and then we'll use those to upgrade our tool station into a tool forge, which allows us to, I believe, make more items, as well as higher level items. So think of it kind of as like a, you know, a station, just kind of like a table, and the forge is kind of like an anvil almost. You know, you can make more with an anvil than you can make sitting on a wooden table. I'll go ahead and drop another one in there just to be sure. But that's a very nice upgrade to have, because we'll be able to make, you know, some very powerful tools. And I think one of them we can make when we get Tool Forge is the hammer, which is actually something that, if you noticed on the patterns that I made, that's actually something that I'm trying to do, is to make the good old hammer. Because the hammer, as I take these, the hammer will let us mine a lot easier and a lot quicker, in a way, than with just the regular good old pickaxe. And the reason for that is that the hammer, I'll show this off when I get it done, but the hammer takes out a 3x3 area instead of just taking out a single block. So it's very, very handy. I've seen a lot of people use it. I've seen Darkvan use it quite a bit, actually. And it's incredibly useful tool. So I'm going to go ahead and actually make a bunch of patterns here. And go ahead and start grabbing stencils from the stencil maker downstairs. So I'm going to go ahead and let these cook up. So the last one's cooking up right now. And the other reason that you want to know how to make grout and seared brick is that's what's going to go into making a item that we'll make in the near future here called the smeltery. And the smeltery will let us basically... Oh, and I got mighty smelting by Through-Magon. So, introduction, casting, construction, alloys, recipes. This is something we'll get to in another video in the near future, but we've kind of run over our basics with stuff on the items to make. So let's go ahead and make our tool forge, and I'll probably try to make a hammer this episode too. So let's go ahead and we'll take these 3, and we're going to need our tool forge for this. So we're going to need to go ahead and not put our notebook there. I should probably dump some of this stuff out. Take our tool station and put it down there. So tool need to have, oh, it needs to be up one, and we need to have these 4 blocks of iron, 2 draping either side, and we get our tool forge. Yay! So it looks really nice and fancy, and as you can see, we do have a few more items available here. One of them being the hammer. So we do need to have a new stencil that we did not grab last time. So previous pattern, going to need to grab a sword blade pattern. Need to grab. It's not just a regular tool rod, is it? I'll be damned, maybe it is. So here we got our hammer pattern and our two large plate patterns. So I'm gonna go ahead and actually grab another item I didn't grab right off the bat. So I'm gonna grab this board pattern, and I'll show you why momentarily. But we're gonna go ahead and I'll take that. So what we need to do is we need to make two plates and our hammer piece in the middle. So to do that, we need to have a large plate and put our blocks down there. And we get a stone large plate from putting down 8. So you see the material cost is 8, so we need 8 of those. And you can see it takes that away, and stone large plate again, make another 8. And now we need the hammerhead. So we don't have enough cobble, but we can go get some more right away by just going upstairs and going to our bucket that has some cobble in it. And oh, come on! Oh, I've already got. That must be the leftovers, huh? Oh yeah. Okay, so I've already got some. So let me go ahead and put that on my hotbar. And let's just drop that in there. I'll take the 32 because we don't really need that much. We only need 8 to actually get what we want to get. So go ahead, come back down here, and oh, wrong one. So we go ahead and I'll put our cobblestone up here, and go ahead and re-click that and get your stone hammerhead. So we'll put that back, and now we come to our tool forge. We want to click on the hammer, put our stone hammerhead here, and these two here. And I may not be able to make this with stone. I thought I could make a stone hammer. So let's call this. I thought maybe I might have to go ahead and. So you can see hammer is a broad mining tool, harvest blocks in the wide range, and is effective against undead. Natural abilities, area of effect by a 3x3 area, and a smite, durability high. So I may not be able to make these as I thought, because this should be popping out right here. And I'll show you real quick an example of what a finished product would look like. So for the moment, I'll go ahead and put these hammers down here, hammer parts over here. These are actually going to be useful as well in the future. So I don't want to throw these out even though I'm not going to use them, because what I can use them for is when we get our smeltery going, I'll use them to cast, make casts for the larger iron pieces. So I'm going to go ahead and take my stone, take my board pattern, make a stone board. And so I know what I can make is I put a stone board here and a tool rod here. You can see I have 3 modifiers remaining, but I can make a battle sign. And it gives me stone bound ability. So, yes, man pants, I'm Zisto. I'm attacking you with a battle sign. Battle sign actually doesn't do that much damage. It's really cool. But what you can do in the tool forge here is eventually you put your sign here, and you can go ahead and make sure to name it as well. But you can go ahead and put various items in here, and what they'll do is they'll add modifiers to your sign, as well as, you know, whatever innate modifiers they might have from the items that you use. So for example, if you use iron on this, you would get reinforced instead of stone bound. And I'm sure if you look at the materials and use book, gives you kind of a walkthrough of everything. So let's take a look actually at the hammer. And the broad mining tool, crafting parts, hammerhead, tough rod. Okay, I think that might be the problem. I don't think we have a tough rod pattern I think it's just a regular rod. So tough tool rod pattern. Okay, so I'll go ahead and throw that in there, and make a stone tough rod. That would be why I couldn't make it. So that cost me 3 material. Didn't leave anything behind. So I can go ahead and throw those in there. Throw all this stuff in there. You can go in there for now. And I'll take back my stone items. So be careful when you're making these, because because they do look a little bit similar. So you take your tough rod pattern, your hammer head, and the 2 plates, and there you go. You get yourself a hammer. So we'll call this Old Testy. And you can rename them. So this is the only time you can rename them, by the way, is when you're making them. So go ahead, and I got myself a hammer. It's very basic hammer, very, very basic. So let me go ahead and show you what this does. Look at that. It covers a 3x3 area. Isn't that awesome? Go, Old Testy, go. That's awesome. So what I can do, actually, if I want to, I could probably try and trick the game into doing this for me. So go ahead. I wonder if it'll take the torches off the walls. No, it won't. But I can go ahead and make my hallway a little bit wider by doing this. And it won't, if you notice too, it doesn't take the torches or the signs off the wall. It's very helpful. But now I've gone ahead and I've got myself a nice old 3x3 hallway. I can make as well some more torches for myself, so I can go light that up at the other end. But yeah, it's very cool, very useful, very helpful. And now that I've actually got that, I can go ahead and finish drilling out the rest of these walls. If I want to go ahead and grab my hammer, I can do that. And look at that. Oh, I got some items too. And also, it will knock out any ore. So the monazite ore that's in here just falls right out. If it's too tough, if it can't break it like right away, like if I say I ran across some diamond, it would actually just just leave the diamond alone. So that's very cool. If I want to, I can go ahead and do that. Make that a bit wider. So yeah, it's looking pretty good, isn't it? Now, you notice that it's got some wear on it now. So let's say, for example, I've got this all kind of worn down to the nub, and it's like, oh, Old Testy, he's on his last legs. I need to do something. What I can do is I can come back here to the tool forge, and I can put this in here. Put Old Testy in here. Grab some cobble or whatever material that he's made from, and you notice that when I put it in there. Go ahead and put. I can kind of repair him up a little bit. Now, I can't quite get him back to 100%, but I can at least get him back to being, maybe with 1 use on it. So that's not too bad at all. I kind of like that. I think that's a very, very nice little tool to have. Ah, it's funny. I made a funny about tools. But, as you notice here, go ahead and just kind of set this all up. If I do that, break that, and that. It won't break dirt though, so for those of you wondering, if you have dirt, you do have to kind of dig it out, because a hammer is basically like a pickaxe, and you can't really, it won't pick up things that it's not supposed to pick up, otherwise. So go ahead and do that, that, and now I've got my hallways all started. And that took a lot less time than it would have taken me using just a regular pickaxe. And plus, like I mentioned before, I don't think I have any coal left, do I? Nope. But I could have gone ahead and put the coal on those stone rods and made stone torches. And that would have been a very cool thing to do and very easy. And like I said, it's very simple to do and it's great when you're caving. So that's kind of a super basic overview on the really early basics of Tinker's Construct. So next time I come back here to Tinker's Construct stuff, I want to get into working on the modifiers and the materials that can go into different items. And off camera, I'm going to go ahead and fill up the pattern chest with all different patterns that are available. And additionally, I might try to figure out what's going on here. If you remember last time, I might try to figure out what's going on here with the Mistcraft stuff and try to get that all sorted out, because I really want to get to exploring world and show you guys how things work here with the descriptive books, the linking books, the bookbinder, the ink mixer, you know, especially with the ink mixer, since you can put items into here and create different link panels. I want to be able to show you guys how that works. And you know, I also want to figure out, you know, if I'm doing something wrong with the notebook now and the bookbinder, because that would be kind of a stupid thing if I was messing that up. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the real simple walkthrough here of some of the very early basics of Tinker's Construct. And I'm going to chill here with my battle signs, so I'll be waiting for you guys next time. So take care, and I'll see you then. Man pants. Yes.